class. I am Shamsul Anwar, and today's topic is array. So let me share my screen. All right, hope you can see this. So let's go back all the way to the first slide. So basically, we are going to introduce or talk about arrays, one-dimensional and also two-dimensional types, and how do we go about to declare, initialize, and assign arrays, and how we can manipulate the data from these arrays. An array is a derived data type where we can, based on the regular data types that such as an integer, character, and things like that, float or double, but instead of having a variable or identifier with one value, we can have that identifier or that variable containing more than one data. Okay, such as a group of integer values, like maybe the handle is called marks or scores from a test, and then because we have like 10 students in the class, so the variable called score or marks will have 10 values in it instead of just one. All right, so here, like I said, with one identifier, we can store several values. Okay, each for each student or member of the class, for example. Okay, such as this one. If we do not have the array, then we have to say have a variable called M1, M2, all the way to 100. If we have 100 participants or 100 members, so this will be the marks, and this is how we store them, and can be very random in terms of accessing the memory. Can be very random. However, if we use array, instead of 100 M's, we can have just one M. This is the identifier or variable, and this is of the type of double. The data type is double, and we can just declare or declare that this array contains 100 values or 100 elements. All right. So in terms of the memory layout, it'll be more. It can be arranged more neatly. It'll always start from 0 to the last one. So the total number of elements will be 100 here. But in terms of the indexing, in C++, we will start or begin with 0. Okay, the first element is 0. It's numbered 0, or the index is 0. Okay, so the last element will be n minus 1. So in this case, n is 100. So n minus 1, the last one will be 99. All right, and in this case, the array is declared inside the square bracket, and such as this one, array called array. The type is integer, and the number of element is 5. And whereas this one salary is of the type of double, and this one has two-dimensional. So the x dimension is the row dimension is 10, and then the column is 12. So is it the other way around? So row column. All right. So so if we have two-dimensional, we have to put them in the separate square brackets. A specific element in the array is accessed by using array name and the subscript or index. So this is a little bit different from the other software that I'm used to, which is MATLAB. So MATLAB, we will always begin from 1. Cannot begin with 0. But here in C++, we have to begin from 0. So 0 will be the index, the first index. And the last one will be n minus 1. So if n number of elements is 100, so the last one will be index 99. Array terminology. So first we have the declaration. So we have to declare, in this case, the name of the array is test, and that is the identifier or variable, and the type is integer, and you have to declare or declare the number of element is 5 in this case. Okay. So the element number of elements must be integer. So you cannot have 5.5 inside this square bracket. So it must be integer. So yep, the size of an array is the number of element times size of each element. Okay, number of element times size of each element. So this will be given in bytes. So for each element or character, usually the size is 4 bytes. So if we use the command size, it will give you like this one, 20 bytes. So if you want to know what is the number of elements, so you have to divide it by 4. Okay. So like this one, name constant are commonly used as size declarators. Constant, integer, size. Okay. And then or you can use a small n for this one is 2, and for the number of elements. Integer, test, size. Okay, so the size here is 5, so that the value is going to be inserted into this declaration. Okay, so always good to declare it somewhere else instead of directly inside the square bracket. Okay, so as mentioned before, we have a two-dimensional array and also a one-dimensional array. Okay. So for one-dimensional arrays, usually can be shown in one row. So we have n number of columns. And for 2D array, so here is a 4 by 5. So 4 being the row, 5 being the columns. So all row column. So usually the definition for this one is row by column. And as I mentioned before, 4 is the total number, but we index it beginning from 0. So it'll be 0, 1, 2, 3. And for the column, 0, 1, 2, 3, 4. So we can also have a 3D array, but that is out of the scope of this class. But we can have a three-dimensional array such as shown here. So declaration syntax, usually like this. Always remember to mention the data type, then the array name, or basically the variable or identifier, and then the size or the n. This is one example. I guess we have seen this example before. Okay, and then it will be arranged in such a way. All right, so the subscript or the index will always begin from 0 all the way to n-1. Okay, so this is important if we want to recall what is inside any particular address. So, for example, if I want this value, so I can call maybe cout array 2, so that hopefully I will be given this value inside that address. Okay. Okay, this is about declaration and memory layout. So if we declare in such a way, so this is the layout of the in terms of the memory. If it is a char or character, so also be layout in this manner. Float also like this as such. So 1D array declaration. So in A, we will start from include IO stream. Then we can define either as a constant or use this define size 20. So if we say define, hashtag define, so we do not need to have the equal sign. Then don't forget namespace, using namespace std standard. Then here we declare the array. Okay, so size is already mentioned here. So the size of this of marks would be 20. So char names 20. Okay, so this is using constant. So if you use constant, you have to have the size, the data type, and also the equal sign. All right, basic operations on array. Initializing elements of array, so we can immediately declare the initialize what are the members in the array, what are the elements in the array, input data to an array, output data stored in an array. So all these are very important. Finding the largest or smallest element, computations on elements, and things like that. Each operation requires ability to step through the elements of the array, okay, and easily accomplished by a for loop. So this is also another thing. 1D array initialization. Okay, so the initialization is using the braces or the curly bracket, squiggly bracket. Okay, we'll show you this, and basically these are some examples. Okay, like character, vowels 5. So and then we can initialize. So giving the member here is called initialize the array. Okay, so if we stop here only, so it's called declaration. But when we declare, we mention what are the members, the 5 members in the array. So this is called the initialization. Okay, we can also have a Boolean type. such as this one. So this one, we do not declare the size, but we directly declare what are the elements or the member in this thing. Same thing here, char, character, word, and then we declare it is hello. So hello will break each of the letters. So HELLO, and then we have this /0, /O or /0. Okay, all those will be each. So see here how the string is using a double quotation mark. This one a single quotation mark. All right. The index, in this case, so it'll follow this arrangement sequence. Okay, so this one will be element 0, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. So we will follow this sequence. Okay, so initialization basically, if we have 5, then size is 5. So we declare all 5 members. So that's the basic stuff. We can also declare the members without telling what is the size. Could be exactly 5, could be more than that. So this is still open. We can declare 5 elements, but we just initialize 2, so the rest will be 0. And the last one, we say we declare 1000 elements, but we want them all to be 0. So this is all zeros. Subscripts or the index helps us in accessing the data. Okay, so such as what is shown here. Okay, okay, we can try this thing. You can copy this thing and try to run it and see what is the result. So the result should be something like this down below here. Okay, 1D array assessing array elements can be accessed regular variable such as this one. We declare the member, the first member of the array called numbers is 79.5. So So 79.5, and then the second array, which is number 1, will have 1.5. So if you take so numbers 0 is 79.5. We just initialize that, and then we can print this out with this line, cout numbers 0. Then we can identify that number 0, numbers 1 is basically this one, same thing as number 0, so it should be 79.5. And then we can declare numbers 4, or the fifth element, is basically number 0 plus numbers 1. So 80, 159. Array must be accessed via individual elements. Okay, so you cannot say if this is an array. So if you do like this, see out, you want to see all the members and the numbers. So this cannot be done. So it cannot be printing all the. Okay, in MATLAB, this can be done. This can be done very easily, like this. You want to see all the members in that array, and just type in numbers and then hit enter. It will list down all the elements. But here in C++, this is not allowed. We can copy an array to another array with the same size and type, but it is not legal to assign one array to another as shown below. Yeah. So this one in MATLAB, this one can be done. This one can be done, but not in C++. Example to copy elements of array number 1 into array number 2. So you have to do using the for loop. So you have to copy element by element, like this one. More examples. So this when you declare, meaning you have the address ready, but they are all empty. And then if you declare a list, then the list has 10 elements, so you prepare 10 addresses. Then you declare, you initialize element number 5 equals this value. Okay, so this is not using the squiggly bracket or curly bracket. So meaning this is the value. So this is the value for index number 5. Index number 5. So that's the situation. So here you do the same. 3 and 6 is 5. 10 and 35. 3, 6. So you said element 5 is 3 plus 6. So that would be 45. Okay. So you get the idea here. Besides assigning or initializing, another way to fill the array is inputting values through read. So here we have to use loop, such as the for loop. In this case, integer, the name of the array is scores. It has 9 elements. Cout input 10 integers. Okay, 10 integers. Okay, and then so here we have a for loop starting from I is 0 to I less than 9. Okay, less than 9. Then I'll be increasing by 1 element. So here So now we have scores in this value or in this spreadsheet, and okay, so this is user input from input. So user will be keying in 23, 45, 12, and so on and so forth. All right, we can try this. V1. Which page is that? Where we? This one. For loop, and then we can display. Okay, let me try to copy this thing. Copy. The program is, I guess, program is C++ compiler online. Okay, I'm gonna put it here. Yes, this is integer int integer main then this one. Yes, cut that. All right, and then include, then using name space std. All right, let's try to we can also take the next one, which is this one. We'll print this thing, copy. All right, I guess that should do it. Okay, tweak this a little bit. Okay, that's I guess that should do it. Okay, we can also change this to ENDL. Okay, let's try to run this thing. Okay, so this one I have to declare int integer. Yes, this one too. Input 10 integers, 12, 17, 23. Oh, 10 is too much. 6, 8, 42, 23. It's already there. 23, 19, 3. Okay, so after I've input all this 10, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Or 9. I should put here 9, 10. So I was asking for 10 integers. Or maybe let's change this to just 5. All right, and then I guess that should be it. Yeah, I guess cout ENDL. All right, so if I run this, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Okay. So this one, let's say size n, and small n is 5. This is n, this is n. Yep. So even here can put this is n. All right, so okay, this one is also integer. So 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. All right, so yeah, that would be better. Okay, let's go back to this this thing. So example of one array, we have just done it. So 1 degree, one dimension, array. So this 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 shape is for loop, and this is the shape for reading input. So this is input, using this rhombus. Then another loop is for printing the output. So this is output, this is input. Okay, so this is using the flowchart. Okay, very nice. This is another example. Here we can always copy this thing, if you may, and see how it will work. Copy and then just paste it to run here. Okay, so we have to delete those kind of meaningless dots if they appear. So now I'm just gonna run this thing, see if it works. Okay, so it doesn't like it's not valid. This is line 15. So why is this not working? So I guess I have to hurry. Okay, maybe change this one. So take this one, cut, put it inside that. So this when you use the okay, yep. So maybe this one. Okay. So the double quotation mark might not be correctly selected. All right, so that's more like it, I guess. So let's try to run this. So asking for 5 numbers. 5 numbers, and this will be for B. For B. So let's just 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Okay, so it will give us these things, array 1, array 2, and array 3. So array 1, array 1 is A, whereas array 2 is B, and array 3 is C. So how do we get C? How do we get C? C is calculated in this manner. So A plus B, A plus B, A plus B. Okay, here in the declaration, for A we have declaration and also initialization. But from C, B and C, we only declare it to have 5 members, but we don't initialize them. Okay, so when we run this program, we will create the the elements, fill up the elements in this array, array B, and then there'll be some process to fill up the element C for elements C array. All right, so that's the situation there. Let's get back to this slide. And then, yeah, we created that. Problems to exchange the values between numbers 1 and 3. We can do that. Here, exchanging values in 1D array, the incorrect way. So you want to bring 24 to address 1 and 7 to address 3. I want to switch place. So how do we do that? Okay. So the correct way is to exchange values between 1 and 3. We can create a temporary variable or temporary temporary identifier and let that equal to numbers 3. So this one. So temp will be holding this 24, the value of 24, and then we say numbers 3 equals to numbers 1. So we will have this one. Okay, so number 3 will assume a new number value, which is this one. Then next for numbers 1, we say it is equal to temporary. Okay, so like we put in the third place the second value, and then the second value will take the first value, and then lastly the first value will take the value from the third place, third base. All right, program to exchange values the correct way. So this one, I guess you get the the idea here. All right, and this is for 2D array. So like I said, the rows and column will be in separate square brackets. Okay, and then this will be the example to initialize an array called board. Okay, here is 4 by 3, so 4 rows, 3 columns. Okay, and then this is another example, 2 by 2. All right, so a lot of times we can create either 1D or 2D arrays by using for loop or even while loop, such as this one. So yeah, it's very useful, and so we can keep on trying. You can keep on trying. Let me stop sharing my screen for a while and try to jump to one example. Let me get that example. If I may, from our last time we did one example for the linkage linkage exercise. Let me see if I can find that again. C++. I think I shared that in our group. Yeah, like it's done using Programmis, if I'm not mistaken. Bear with me for a second. Okay. Yeah, I will try to share my screen again. Share screen, entire screen. Okay, hopefully you can see this one. So remember from last time, I guess 2 weeks ago, we created this this exercise in class. I guess it was on Monday. So here there is the array being used here. So we want to create we vary the theta from, I guess, 0 to 360, and we have a delta h or delta theta, and this one will jump every 60 degrees. So if I run this thing, I have a set of numbers, theta 2, theta 3, and R4 for that example of slider crank, where the numbers will vary as I change the value of theta 2 from 0 to 360. In this case, the step size is 60, so 0, 60, 120, and so on until 360. All right, so yeah, that's the situation. That is the situation. So here actually, if you look at line 23, we have a declaration of the array. So here we declare array. Let me use this one, command, declaration of independence, declaration of arrays, a bunch of arrays, theta 2, theta 3, and R4. Okay, and then, when we do the calculation, we have this index being included together, so that I'm just not saying theta 2, for example, but theta 2 will have many many values. In this case, 7. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. And how do we declare this n? So n is using this formula. Floor means round down the values. 360 divided by dh, and dh is the step size, and plus that by 1. Okay, so if in this case, if it is 60, so 360 divided by 60, so there will be 6, and plus 1, that will be 7. A7. So enter the data. So if I want theta 2. I want theta 2 to be 120. So 120. So for theta 2, 120, theta 3 is going to be negative 15. So here theta 3 is 15. And that R4 will be 407.83, which is correct, but actually R4 is not in inches, not in degrees, so I got to change that. So I'm gonna say no here. No. Then let me do that correction a little bit here. So instead of that, I guess all these are in what cm or mm. So maybe I just put mm there, assuming it is in millimeters. So yeah, how do we, when I put theta 2 is 120, it actually finds what is the index for theta 2 of 120. So where do we get that? Is here in this loop. So while enter theta 2 that you want. So I entered 120. Okay, and that is the request. So said found is 0, and say and then we have this for loop. So you'll go through the whole of theta 2. See if theta 2 0, 1, 2, 3 until 6. 0, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 is exactly the same as the request value of 120. So once it gets theta 2 of that, so it knows that it is that jj that jj is the index for that correspond to the request value of 120 degrees theta 2. Okay, so that's way I can spill out or register or display the value of theta 3 and also R4. Okay. All right. So let's run this again. Okay, run this again. Maybe if I request 100, see, data cannot be found because it's not included in this set. So I'm going to say no for now. Okay, let's change the delta here to 5. Okay, where is that? Where is that delta, Konica delta? So 360 divided by 50 will be what? Will be some something else. Huh? So we can try what it will get. So we'll not get to 360 here because of this situation. So it will go 0, 50, 100, and so on and so forth. So if I request 120, it doesn't have that, not in that set of data or values. So if I want 100, say yes first. Say yes. And then theta 2, say 100. So here the theta 3 is negative 17. And theta R4 will be 541. 451.633. All right. I'm gonna say no to that. I guess You should be able to understand this. Please go through this material and see if you can understand it. If not, feel free to ask when we get together on Monday in the next class. You folks have a great day, have a great weekend, stay safe. Adios. Assalamu alaikum warahmatullahi ta'ala wabarakatuh.